Hello, this is CHLOÉ. I'm a DJ and producer from France, and today I'm at HHV store. I'm very excited to be invited here today for the Wax Wonder. Okay, so today I picked in the store a record from both of Canada. This album called Inferno. Actually, I was waiting for it since a long time. Actually, I was not expecting it. It was kind of a surprise because probably their latest album was 13 or 15 years ago, and I was listening to both of Canada in the late 90s, like a lot. And it's still one of these kind of albums that are an old times album, and which I really like because it was, yes, it's this kind of electronic music which is a mixture between electronica, techno-ish vibes, trip-hop, like in the real beginning where there was a lot of fusion in this electronic music, and I think they do it like in a very nice way. And actually the cover art is really, I have to talk about the cover art because it's a big part of their identity, and it's always like this kind of pictures, like it reminds me a lot of nostalgia, and it looks as if there was like a souvenir. And yes, and it's like a very nice double album, and I think it's this kind of album you're really happy to have to have the objects, you know. It's funny because I have the albums of both of Canada, but I have them on CDs because at that time I was buying a lot of CDs. And I have a car, and in my car I can only listen to CDs, so this is one of the reasons I still listen to both of Canada since all those days. And yes, and I think nowadays I would probably just have the vinyl. And it's a very nice double album. And I like the fact that it's this kind of nice objects, like it's like beautiful. So it's still nowadays one of this very big influence I really like. Yes, it's interesting because I've selected 5 records. Honestly, I didn't know exactly which way to go because there are many records. There are records to play, there are records to listen. I have to say I don't play so much anymore vinyls, but I still continue to buy some vinyls. Even I would not play them, but I would sometimes just get the files to play them, and yes, get the EP. And I really like to collect the vinyls, you know. And sometimes I would do like a vinyl set, and so I would go into my old record collection and mix it with some new vinyls. And this is the kind of EP I would dig to play and listen. And it's from General Electrics. Honestly, I mean, I don't know so much about them. I don't know so much about this EP, but I just saw they did few EPs recently, and I really like the kind of rough style. Very basic, but in a very good way, like just drum, kind of 808 drum and bass line, and it's yes, it reminds me some kinds of older warp music somehow, but in 2026. And they make some music that I kind of play actually in the middle of a set, and this kind of EP where it offers like some tracks that are like to play, but some other tracks more to listen, you know. I like this kind of EP, so it's a nice record, and I would suggest that the other records are really cool too, honestly. So this is very small EP, and it's kind of a classic to me, honestly, and I was glad to find it at HNV. Yes, it's from Cheap E. So it's like an artist from the 80s, like he's kind of the founder of house music with Frankie Knuckles, and like it's this kind of house from Chicago, which still sounds really good, and this is the kind of record I really dig, and I would definitely play and continue to play sometimes. Like sometimes this kind of record you forget, but when you listen to it, you're like, of course, like it's something like, yeah, this kind of timeless records, you know, like, and it still sounds really good, I think. So yeah, it's called like this from Cheap E. So this album from the Other People Place, it's called Lifestyles of the Laptop Coffee. It was released in 2001, and I have to say it's one of my all-time favorite classic albums. And there's a very nice. I mean, it's this artist is like from is part of the duo Dragixa, and which made really like amazing Detroit music. And I really like the fact that he took a way a little bit different on this album, because it's something that is more emotional and more sensitive somehow. I mean, it's something different. It's like music made with a machine, but with a lot of soul also inside. And there's especially this one track, Let Me Be Me, is like really, really very personal and very, very awesome. And this is the kind of track I still play sometime in some sets, like as a very last track. And it's funny because the title of the album, called Lifestyles of Laptop Coffee, is funny because it evokes me something with nowadays. I mean, nowadays it's like this world with internet, and there's a lot of distance, and I think this title reminds me that in 2001 it was not like this, you know. And yes, it's a good title for an album in 2001, and yes, it's a very, very good album. I really love it, and I would recommend it. Okay, this album, I mean, I would call it like kind of an album. It's like kind of an album I released. It was actually released a few years ago, maybe just after COVID. And it's called Slow Mo. Actually, it's a live I was doing even before the COVID. It's an ambient live, kind of an ambient live. And yes, at one point we decided to release the live, you know. It's like, yes, this was an album I did. It's something different from what I do as DJ. It's production that it's like 40 minutes of a live show that was cut into the on a vinyl. And it's a live I usually do with visuals that were made by Dunlenel, who is doing actually the AD of my label, Lumière Noire. And yes, it's something different because when I play this live, I play it in some different place. I would not play this in a club. And it's this kind of live where like it's like a meditative moment. And yes, it's 40 minutes cuts, like 20 minutes A, 20 minutes B, and voila. I don't know how to promote my own music. It's a little bit weird, but I'm happy to make you discover that we made this vinyl. Voilà.